This is a 1994 GMC 1500 pickup with the 5.7 liter engine. Today I'm going to be putting valve cover gaskets on it. It's got a number of bolts across the top here that have to come out first, and then the cover will just lift up. Okay, all the bolts are out, so I just need to pop it loose and see if I can wiggle it out of there. Okay, the valve cover's off. I had to take this little tube loose from right there, get it up here out of the way, and there's a plate right back there, you can see it, that bolts to the back of the block, 2 bolts. I had to take those loose in order to push that plate back. That plate just supports those wires, I believe is its only purpose. But anyway, this side is off. Now I'm going to clean this valve cover up real good and clean this mating surface of the block real good. Okay, got this all cleaned up, looking pretty good. Got new Felpro molded rubber gaskets. And with this type of gasket, you don't really need any gasket glue or adhesive. And in fact, they recommend you don't use any of that stuff. Okay, ready to go back on. See if I can slide it down in there. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit tricky. It'd be nice if this alternator was pushed forward, but there's a lot of bolts to get to it. I suppose that would have made it a little easier. But anyway, it's down, so I'll put my bolts back in here, put my little tube in there, put my plate on the back, and that'll be done. I disconnected a couple of connectors here, one for the alternator. It goes right here. And this one goes right back down here. Okay, now I just got to get back there and put that plate back on the back of the block. And that completes one side. Now, since this is a new AC compressor and it hasn't been charged with refrigerant yet, I can probably just take this bolt loose here, get this little hose assembly swung up out of the way, and that'll give me clearance in the front. I just have to worry about that tube back there and see what I can do with it, because that cover pretty much needs to come straight up about 2 inches or more before it'll come loose. Okay, this clamp on this tube back here went right into a little bracket there, sheet metal bracket. And so what I did is I just pushed that sheet metal bracket back, bent it back a little bit, and then I'll bend it back forward when I'm ready to reattach it. And that'll allow this tube here to just kind of move out of the way, the other end of it there, the joint is like a little swivel joint. So I can just slide that back there, and I think that will give me clearance to raise that valve cover up. All right, this came loose and pulled up out of the way real nice. So now I'll get all these bolts off, and I think this will pull straight up out of there. Okay, well, I got to get some of this stuff out of the way here. Okay, there's two bolts back here, or nuts, that hold this little bracket in place. So I just loosened them up. I didn't even take them off. I think I can push this out of the way, and that might allow me to get this out. Okay, very good. Okay, got this one cleaned up, got the gasket on. So it's gonna be a repeat of the other side. Second verse, same as the first. Okay, now I'll tighten this bracket back up, drop this PCV valve in here, move these air conditioner lines back on the back of the compressor, tighten that clamp, put that clamp back on back there, and that'll pretty much take care of this side. All back together now. Wasn't too bad of a job. The worst part is just having access to get your hands in everywhere. Everything's kind of tight in there. And I was fortunate that the compressor air conditioning system has no refrigerant in it yet. If yours does, then you're going to have to take this bracket loose down here and let this whole assembly slide forward in order to get the cover off of there. If you've got to do this same job, well, I hope this video will at least let you know what you're in for. Thanks for watching.